Good morning, everybody. Rainy Sunday morning, dreary. I am headed to Macon, Georgia this morning. Going to pick up a Jeep. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it, if I'm being honest. It's going to be very dependent on the shape of it when I see it, what it looks like. I've only seen 4 different pictures of the thing. I do know that it has rust, depending on how much. We'll see. It is a CJ7. It has a 304 in it. I was told that it was rebuilt. So we'll see. Not sure. Not sure what it's going to look like. The extent that it's going to take to get it running. Rolling south on 65. We're going to hit I-20, run through Atlanta, and then head south. It's 4 hours, over 4 hours, roughly from the house. So we'll see. Hopefully the old Grand Cherokee does its thing again today and pulls it back home fine. The 5.7's been really nice. The only kind of downside that I have to this deal is towing, I should say, with it, is being that it is not a body-on-frame, it is subframe. Whenever the hitch moves, it resonates pretty heavily into the cab. But as far as power-wise, it pulls it no problem. Wish it was a little heavier. Be nice to have a little more brake action going on, but I do have trailer brakes on the car trailer, so that helps with it. But anyway, I will keep y'all posted. Hey, look, it's a big beaver. Does it still count to work on a car on an adventure if it's just windshield washer fluid? I don't know. The hood's open. Let's see how good my pour skills are. Oh, yeah. You'll see it? Oh, yeah. All right, wind. All right, wind. Well, I was hoping to give y'all a good tip on some cheap eats whenever you are around a Walmart, being that I did have to stop in here and get some windshield washer fluid. But unfortunately, they did not have any macaroni. The tip was the popcorn chicken cup. Take your macaroni, mix it all together, and you got you a good little hearty meal. It's like $5. Probably not good for you. So they didn't have no macaroni. I couldn't get my noodles. I couldn't get them. Well, here she is. And I figured, you know, what better place to kind of do a little walk around of it than Atlanta Motor Speedway, because it's the fastest thing around. Not at all. All right, let's take a look. So it is a 1977 Jeep CJ7. 77 CJ7. It's got a 304, 3-speed, 20 transfer case, narrow track, axles, AMC 20 in the rear, and it's got some rot. It's pretty rusted up. You can tell they tried to, I guess, cover some of it up. Doors are in really good shape. So they are swapped. Windshield frame, gone. Floor to rocker, gone. Wiring, yeah. But it was a mud toy. It wasn't meant to be nice. The guy that sold it to me was gonna try to make it nice. So that's where we're at. But motor does run. We actually cranked it up. Sounded pretty good. Supposedly, it only has about 1,000 miles on it, on the rebuild of the 304. So we'll see. The tire screeching you hear is an autocross event that we will be going to watch here shortly. So, not exactly sure what my plans are with it. I mean, I'm trying to talk here, man. He must not think tires cost money. Plan is maybe flip it, get it running, see if anybody wants it whole. If not, I am fully thinking use that motor in my black Jeep. And after hearing it, we just ran it off the bowl, so obviously didn't get up to temp, see if it runs. But for now, I think that's a good donor. And then use the rest of it as a rat Jeep. Been wanting to do it for many, many years. I think it would be really cool. Kind of rough around the edges. Doesn't need to be pretty. Clean up some of the rust. And just slam it on the ground, put stupid power in it, and have something pretty wild. So unfortunately, got here a little too late. They announced last run right when I was walking up. But look at this thing right here. I mean, does that not just have the stance? That's just wild. Owner said Finch chassis. It's got air on it. Drives it on the road. Like regular drives it on the road. That's just wild. Very, very cool. Used to be a camper special. I actually had a camper. So. And the patina is actually real. That is not a photina. How rad. What a cool truck. New truck. Alright, so we got the Jeep back. No issues on the ride home. It's been a week. I've been gone for work. Went up to the frozen tundra of Milwaukee. Saw some snow. Pretty cool. But I want to get this thing running today. It does not have a fuel tank. So first things first, I want to see if we can even get it running just off the bowls. I'm going to try to pour some fuel in the car. Had to get a battery. It was empty of coolant. I have no idea where it all went. It's not in the oil. Check that. But the thing was sitting for 7 years. So I'm assuming that stuff's probably dried up and maybe leaked out of the hoses. Could be a bad radiator. We're not sure. So we're going to check that out and see what we come up with on that side of things. I'm going to chunk a battery in it. They did kind of bump start it more or less when I was there. So I know that it will run. I'm going to leave it on the trailer. We're going to work on it on there. And then next phase is going to be get it cleaned up. So try to get it mobile to where I can pull it off the trailer, and we'll go from there. All right, so here's what we got. 304 AMC. I was told that this was rebuilt and only has about 1,000 to 1,500 miles on it. It does have a Holley, appears to be off-road-ish something carb on it. It's got HEI, which is pretty awesome. Manual brakes, no boosted headers. The fuel line is not hooked up. So the way he ran this was from the original hardline. He had a electric pump running in between, pulling fuel to the mechanical pump, and then he ran it off of that. So we're going to stick a battery in it, pull the air filter off and see if we can get it running off the bowls. And then if all goes well, I might just throw a gas tank in it and drop the fuel line in the back that's behind the back seat and see if it'll run off that. And then we'll worry about getting coolant and all that stuff. So as it turns out, there is a gas tank in here. it was just had all that on top of it. So I took the cap off, and the smell is horrid, so we are going to dump the spad gas out, and I have some that I'm going to fill it up with, and maybe the mechanical pump will pull some up through there. So I pulled the boat gas tank out, took it out back and washed for this reason right here. There was so much stuff sitting on top of it that I was wondering if it had cracked it, and it did. But for today, that will be fine, just to be able to hook a line to it and see if the mechanical pump is actually pulling fuel. So we'll see. All right, we got sketchy fuel line clampage here. We ran a new rubber line to the pump. We got the new rubber line to the carb with another sketchy filter. That thing is like super brittle, so I got another one if it starts leaking. But anyway, let's see if the pump's even pumping. All right, go ahead. Well, we found some stuff. So, this is what you get when you buy a used dealio. This is the exciter wire going to the HEI, running down to the alternator. The battery was actually had heat vapors coming off of the positive terminal. That battery cable was torch hot. So I'm gonna redo all of this, get the battery hot, charged, and then we will try this deal again. The fuel is plumbed. It did not start pulling fuel, but it did not run long enough to actually suck it from the very back. So to be continued. We will keep rolling forward here. All right, let's do some surgery. We got a rebuild kit for it. It would crank with pouring fuel down in the Venturis, but would not actually run. And probably, yeah, so it's got fuel in the bowl still. So something definitely going on. Maybe a needle stuck, but this thing, I don't know how long it was sitting. I'm gonna pull it apart. I got a rebuild kit for it. We'll go through it, throw it back on, and obviously missing choke. So it's a cold day. I hope it, maybe we can get it cranked before tonight. If not, another day. Okay, it is very late. The carb is back on. My hands are freezing. The wind is blowing. This is gonna be another day, but I didn't want to start or stop before I had this thing rebuilt and back installed. We got it. See if it runs. Well, it's been some days, and I've grown facial hair since the last time. We have some updates. We rebuilt the carb. It's got all new gaskets in it. It will run off the bowls. So we know that. Thought that we had a bad fuel pump. Replace the filter. Then wired in my race fuel pump setup back here. Oh yeah. So we just threw the line down in there. Turns out we weren't picking up fuel at all. So it may not have been the mechanical fuel pump, because as soon as I put 12 volts to this guy, she wasn't sucking any fuel. So, but yeah, so who knows? It's got a hot battery in it. We are going to crank it, get it off the trailer, clean it up today. That's really all I want to do, is just make it mobile. And we'll see where we go from there. Wow. Okay, we have fuel everywhere. We got fuel down there. We got fuel coming out of my float, which is weird because I've got new gaskets on that. Maybe it's just loose. We got fuel coming out of the back. Oh my goodness, we got fuel all over the place. So yeah, we gotta clean up some leaks here. She runs. Pretty smooth. Got a little mist to it, but it's been sitting off and on for about 7 years, so it may need to drink a little bit of gas.